For as long as I can remember, business has always been intertwined with our family. My father started Usherwood in 1976 alongside my mother. My father converted our home into our office. It was an old convent that my parents purchased in 1972. We took our living room, it went upstairs, and our living room became a showroom.
It was a different kind of upbringing, having a business in the bottom of your home. The business was on the first floor. As you walked in, you could go right to the left, which what used to be the chapel. We're supposed to head right up the stairs and, do our homework. Most of that time meant Lou and I were going to find a way to play some hockey up in the big hallway.
I've been working for Usherwood for 42 years. When I first started with Usherwood back in 1983, this was the company that I worked for. My first 3 or 4 days at Usherwood was in Charlie and Carol's home on the back porch of their home.
When I think of my mom and my dad, you have an offense, my father, and you've got a defense, my mother. Charlie Usherwood's best attribute is he was a very curious man. But there needs to be somebody there that keeps it within the boundaries of what's gonna work. And my mother was that person.
In so many ways, Lou and I mimicked that same behavior. The strength of both of them really created something memorable for all of us as a family.
Hi, I'm looking for my favorite granddaughter. If she gets this message, have her give Grandpa Charlie a call. Bye.
The thing about Grandpa Charlie was he wasn't only grandpa to me, but he was grandpa to everyone. We would walk in the office and everyone's face lit up and it was all, Grandpa Charlie!
He was probably the best person that I've ever known. Always the first to, kind of ask people questions about their life and about their personal history.
He always had this really big belief, it's the people that make the difference. He lived it, he breathed it, and now it's something that we think about every day. That was the philosophy from the beginning.
My brother graduated from high school in 1981, and he went straight into the business. That was just about the time that computers were coming out.
The computers was still a funny business back in the 80s. You got Steve Jobs doing his thing with Apple, you got Bill Gates starting the Microsoft thing. But for the first time in my life, I was actually faster than most people at something. I realized that I was going to be in the computer business the rest of my life.
In those years, my brother was working in the business, and I ended up going to West Point. Upon coming home, I realized that they had a very nice business, but then my brother left the company in 1988.
I leave the company, and I moved to Buffalo. While we were both looking for our direction and where we wanted to go in our careers, Lou and I would constantly talk about how he's going to help grow the business through computers, and it just became inevitable that the phone call would come one day to ask me to rejoin the business.
In 1997, when I bought the business, I asked my brother back because I did see that the future for us was going to be in the IT space. The decade between 2003 and 2013 was Usherwood's renaissance.
It was where we laid all the foundation to actually create something that was going to be long-standing.
We changed the logo, we were expanding our technology selections, we were expanding our workforce, we were opening new offices. People started to think that Usherwood was everywhere. In 2013, Usherwood had won one of the best places to work in Syracuse. That's your employees telling others that they like coming to your office every morning. There could be no higher compliment to an owner of a business than that.
It's a one-of-a-kind company to work for. The culture just speaks for itself here. The fact that you're not just a number on a spreadsheet and they care about you on an individual level.
We really care about each other. The way we treat each other, the way we work together, the respect that we have for one another.
Everybody just works hard and is treated well. When people come to work here, they stay here.
At 50 years, the thing I am most proud of is that I know my parents are looking down at me, very proud and happy of where the business is going, and I think they're proud to see their grandchildren entering the business and helping it thrive.
The one cultural component that stays from the very, very beginning to today is a culture of family.
The mission for the third generation is to really execute on what the first and second generation has already built, and that's to continue to deliver world-class services to our clients.
I want to thank all my employees. You are Usherwood. You make the difference.
I would like to say happy anniversary to everybody in the company. I'm so glad you all joined our company, and I hope you have a great life with us. So I'll see you at the next party.